everyone, welcome back. Just a little heads up. Sorry if my if I sound a little off or I have some sniffles. I think I'm coming down with something. But anyway, today we are renovating an apartment in San Myshuno. It's actually 17 Culpepper House. I think it's in the it's not in the art district. I think it's in that like left corner. Maybe that's the Spice district, I think. I'm not positive, but I think it's over there. But it's one of the smaller apartments. I actually just wasn't even gonna do an apartment, but if you watched my last build, which actually just went up yesterday. I mean, I'm filming, it's Tuesday. I don't know when this video is going to go up, but I recently redid a retail store in Magnolia Promenade, and I wanted to playtest it, so I created a sim, and then I decided that I wanted them to live here. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to renovate the apartment and just do another build. And then I'll just film it and I'll post this one next. So that's what I did. So this sim that I have living here, I had in mind to own that retail store that I just did. But funnily enough, that build, again, I went with my same black and white color theme. This apartment is very, very colorful. I totally went out of my comfort zone. I used a lot of stuff from the high school pack again. I tend to gravitate towards that pack lately when building. The couches I love, the clutter I love the beds. I just love a lot of the build items that came with that pack. I mean, I don't really even play much anymore. And I haven't really played with the high school pack, but I have used the build items a ton. So, I guess it was a good thing, and I got my money's worth in build items. But yeah, and I also did use a lot of that everyday clutter items in this build too, that kit. Like I said in my last build, I use that kit now in like almost every build I do. So you're going to see a lot of that here. So like if you don't have that kit right now, then you probably won't have some of the items. But then again, there's a lot of clutter items in the game you could just, replace it with. So it's not like the end of the world. But I don't know. That was like the one kit that I felt was worth my money because I just knew that I was going to use it all the time. So I did again. But here I'm just like changing the floors and the wallpapers. I really wanted to use this wallpaper from the Paranormal kit pack. I really like that, like, I don't know, flowery kind of detail on it. I just think it's like really pretty and kind of subtle. It's not like too in your face. The only problem is it has that baseboard on the bottom, and I find it so difficult in this game to find a plain wallpaper that matches the baseboard. Like, when a wallpaper in the game has a baseboard, I can't find like a plain colored wallpaper to go with it that also has a matching baseboard. I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like the Sims team needs to add more plain colored wallpaper with like neutral baseboards to match, or just stop putting baseboards on the wallpaper, please, because I love using these wallpapers, but it bothers me when I'll have a wallpaper with a baseboard and then a plain wall that doesn't have one. Like it doesn't work. Like my brain just can't I just can't deal with it. So yeah, I tried to match it. I ended up actually changing that wallpaper later on because it was just the colors weren't matching right for me. And here you can see I'm working on the kitchen, and the colors, I was having a hard time like matching the colors and everything. But yeah, here you'll see I tried to I couldn't figure out what counters I wanted to use, and then I decided to use these Dream Home Decorator ones, and I saw this like teal blue color, and I was like, oh, I really like that counter, but the wallpaper I originally had just was not matching. So I ended up going with, right here you'll see I changed it to this Dream Home Decorator wallpaper because it had that teal color in it, and it just matched. Like, I guess because they're from the same pack. But yeah, the teals just looked really good, and I just really wanted to use those counters for some reason. I just, like, really like that color. So I ended up changing that wallpaper, and then here I just did a solid because that wallpaper doesn't have a baseboard. So I was able to just stick a plain wall color in there without one, and it just worked. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do that. But yeah, but like that, like the cabinets are very bright, that wallpaper is very bright, but then I went with like that white brick on the bedroom and like kind of against the wall. And then I just did a plain white wallpaper like around the other side because everything else has so much color in it that I was like, well, I don't want it to be like the walls to be so in your face. So I decided to just do some plain walls, and that way like all the furniture and all the cabinets and everything are like brightly colored. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I just did like this nice like gray flooring, which I didn't want it to look like, I like these wider like plank type of floors. They just didn't look too like, I don't know how to explain it. I just like the way they look. They just didn't look like too much. So I decided to go with those. And here I'm just trying to figure out the kitchen. Like I said, at first I cut a lot of it out. I had trouble figuring out what counters I wanted to use and all that. And then here I was trying to figure out, I really wanted to have a an island type of thing, and I kind of wanted the cabinets. What I was trying to do was like wrap them around the back wall and then have them come wrap around the sides, like block off the front entrance, but it just wasn't working. So I decided here to put in a half wall because I just thought it looked like it divided the room just enough, but it wasn't like completely closed off. Like the kitchen wasn't completely closed off. So I decided to just do that, and I'm really glad I did that because like the wraparound like idea just was not working. And then I just decided to put the island here like at the end of it because it just looked, it like kind of like added to the divide, so it just looked really well, like really nice put there. And then here I'm just like finishing up the cabinets. I put this like really tall cabinet in there. I like using those to kind of just like add an end piece to it, so I did that. And then I just put some upper cabinets. I didn't like clutter this kitchen too much. Like I wanted it to look lived in, but I didn't want it to look overly cluttered. Like maybe the sim is a little messy, but like not over the top, because I tend to, oh yeah, there I just had to add money because I actually have, I'm playing with the sim. But yeah, I just didn't want it to be like too overdone, because I know when it tends to come to cluttering, like I just go too overboard with it. So I just didn't do that this time. I just put very little clutter. I mean, just enough to look lived in, but not too much. And then there, I just added that from the Parenthood pack. It's like a back, like a wallpaper, but it has like the tile. And I just thought that was like a really pretty backsplash for the kitchen because it had the same turquoise color in it that matched like the cabinets and everything. And I just thought it looks really pretty, and it was enough to make it like pop, but it wasn't too much. Like I only did that little spot just to have that little bit, but it was just enough to like just make it look nice. But then here I just did these little chairs. I think those might be from the high school pack too. I didn't really want to go with the pink, but then the bar stool bottoms had the same green color, and then that pink is kind of in that Dream Home Decorator wallpaper color. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna leave it because it's like really, it looks really good and it matches the color scheme like perfectly. So I just decided to go with the pink chairs. I just thought they were like really cute. I don't really go for pink. I'm not a pink person, but it just worked out really well. And then all the appliances are also from, yeah, they're from the Dream Home Decorator, like the stove and the little oven underneath. That's all from Dream Home Decorator. So I used a lot from that pack. I used a lot from the high school pack, and Parenthood, like that dishwasher I just put in the island. I think it's from Parenthood. And here I just, like I said, I just clutter. I just put like a coffee pot. I didn't really put any other, like I didn't put a microwave or anything. And this coffee pot, I just picked this one because that other coffee pot, like the bottom, like where the light is, it was red. And that was just bothering me really bad. I didn't like the red lighting. So I decided to just pick this green one because it just kind of like matched the kitchen. And then, like I said, here I'm just cluttering it up a little bit. I did the mugs from the Everyday Clutter Kit. I just did like the group ones next to the coffee mug, and then I just did a couple single ones next to the sink. And I made one of the single ones like the dirty swatch, like that it wasn't like clean yet, because like I figured like maybe that's the one your sim used and they just haven't washed their coffee mug yet. And then like I just did the other ones next to the coffee pot because maybe those are for guests. And like I said, I just stuck a couple little like clutter things like the water bottle from that kit and just like a paper towel. And then I always tend to get these, they're debugged, like the coffee bags. I put those next to the coffee pot because I just think it makes it look a little bit more realistic. But yeah, like I said, I didn't do anything like too crazy in here. I didn't over like clutter it. I just stuck a couple things on the wall. But oh, and my sim in this game, I had her have a cat. So I just added a little like food dish, and like later on you'll see in the living room I put like a little cat climbing, the thing they can like climb on and scratch. I stuck that over there. And here I didn't know what to put over it. I just wanted a little thing. So I thought the little calendar that came from the pet pack, the cats and dogs pack, I thought that it was just cute because like in a kitchen you have a calendar, and I just thought that like worked because I had a little cat on it. But yeah, here we're moving on to just the entranceway. I couldn't figure out like what I wanted to put here. Did I want to put a table like I normally do or not? But then I remembered these like I don't want to call them boxes, like wooden crate type things. I don't know what they're called, but they're from the high school pack, and I've been using those a lot in my builds because they're just really cute, and they're kind of like in the Dream Home Decorator where you can they like lock together, and they just like create one big like thing. So I thought that was really cute because they just like fit perfectly, and they were just like some extra shelving to have in there, like because when your walkway, you know, like people usually have like I know like I have like a thing where I put all my shoes and like everything when we walk in the house, and like to hang things. So I thought it was just really cute to have just some extra shelving in the walkway area because, you know, that's like kind of realistic. Like you have somewhere to throw your keys or your change or your bags. Like those bags are from the kit too, and that little mail thing. Oh, I just love using those. I just think this kit was like actually really well done, and everything just fits in any build. So yeah, so I just added like the hanging bags, and then on the other side I did like the little mail like shelving where you could like stick your mail, and then I just did like a coat rack because I just thought it was just enough, but it wasn't overly cluttered. And then yeah, I stuck that little picture with the like there's like sloths and llamas and stuff. I just thought that was really cute. It was like nice and colorful, and it was just like small enough just to sit in that spot. I never really used that picture, but I really think it's really cute, and I'm glad I got to use it in this build. And then here we're moving on. I just did a tiny little dining table because like in my game right now, I only have a single sim living here, so I didn't feel like they needed a giant dining room. And I really wanted to use this table. I believe it's from the base game update. It's like this round marble table. It just like, and then I saw these chairs. I think those are from the My Weddings pack, and they had like this plasticky like texture, but the green matched exactly to like the cabinets and stuff. So I knew I wanted to use those, but they weren't working with that marbly table. They just didn't seem to go together. So then I decided to use this like little square table that also had the turquoisey green color in it. I think that's from the City Living pack. I might be wrong, but I just thought that fit perfectly. It was just such a cute table, so I decided to use that. And like I said, it's just a small table. Like I said, a single sim lives here in my game. I mean, you could do whatever you want. You could have a family live here. But I just decided to do a small little dining area. And then here we're moving on to the living room. And for the living room, I was trying to figure out the layout. Like, I couldn't figure out, like, I kind of wanted this, I thought I was going to put the TV, like, at an angle there because I really wanted the fireplace too. But the TV at an angle just wasn't working. Like, it wasn't, like, sitting at the right angle. So I decided to just build this wall for, like, to divide the bedroom and from, like, the rest of the house, the rest of the apartment. Like I raised the bedroom on a platform, so when you do download this build, you're gonna have to replace the walls. Like I deleted one from the bathroom, I deleted a wall from like behind this TV, and then I like pushed the platform down. Like I got rid of the platform just so I could load it as one giant room. So when you do download this, if you do download this, you'll just have to raise the platform back up and just replace those walls and probably stick the staircase back in. But it's nothing like too crazy. But yeah, I decided to just put that wall back there because I figured, like, I put the fireplace against it and the TV because I figured, like, that was enough separation to separate the bedroom from the rest of the house. But like I said, it didn't completely close it off from the whole house because I didn't want it to be, like, completely closed off. So I just like that. But I really like that fireplace too because it had the brick on the inside that matched the brick that we had on the wall, but the outside color just wasn't working for me, so I ended up switching that. I go back to that eco lifestyle one. And here I'm just doing the curtains. I couldn't like the curtains weren't fitting right on the windows, and it was just kind of bothering me, but these ones from the high school pack just looked the color matched exactly what I was looking for, but then I decided it was too much green, so I changed them to the white. But I just like the way they look because it was just a little bit of curtain to cover the windows, but not like completely, because I still wanted lighting to come in from the windows. So I just did those like pretty like they're kind of like see-through-ish, but they're not like too bad, and they give it enough light. And then here I just, like I said, I changed out the fireplace. I went back to the one from Eco Lifestyle because I just like the size of it and the color. Like, I know it's not the right color, teal blue, but for some reason it was just working with the wallpaper and stuff. So I decided to just leave it that blue color because I like the way it looked in the room. And then here I'm just using more of those like shelving boxes from the high school pack because I just really like them, and I like using them, and it was just enough to kind of make it look like a built-in on the wall. But I did change the swatch to this pretty, like, it was the same color blue, but it had like these pretty like hearts and stuff on it. I thought that was so cute. So I was like, you know what, I'll just change these to a different just swatch just to make them look a little different. And like, it kind of looked like maybe your Sims painted it themselves, like it was hand painted. So I just thought that was like a really cute touch. It kind of just made it look a little bit more homey, I guess, in my way. So I really like those. But yeah, and then I just did, like, the couches are also from the high school pack. I've, again, been using almost all the furniture from that because I don't know, I really like these couches too. I just think they're like, not fancy, but they look like sophisticated enough, but they're still like cutesy. Like, they're not like too sophisticated, but they're also not like too like childish in a way. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. They just like look like they fit really well in like a nice like young adult type of like house. Like, they just seem very young adultish. I don't know. I just thought they fit like really well, and I just love the colors of them and just the shape of it. So again, I just decided to use those because they're just so cute, and they just fit like almost all the builds you do. Like, they just work. So I just use those. And then here, these little poofs, I think are from the movie. Like the movie day, is that what it's called? Something movie, whatever the movie pack is. I was trying to find like a chair that would fit over there, but I didn't like the way the chairs looked. And then I saw those and I was like, that's really cute because they're just like little poofs that you could just sit on, but they just, I don't know, they're just like really cute, and they just like seem kind of fun, and the colors are like fun, and they kind of just like went with like the theme of that room. So I decided to just use those because they were just like super cute. And then here I'm just adding a few rugs in. It's pretty much like decorated. I put a couple candles on the table, and then in the living room I put that like, it's like a tray with like candles and books in it. I really like using that. I was going to put a lamp on that table, but a lamp just didn't seem like it was really fitting that room. So I just decided to do a little tray. And then I just stuck a couple rugs in. That rug in the living room, I don't remember what pack it was, but I really do love that pattern, and the colors were just perfect. So I was really glad I found that rug because I thought it was just really cute. And then here I just put this little bookshelf. This one's from the high school pack too. I just like that it was short enough where it didn't like cover the windows, because I didn't want like a big like bookshelf there like covering, like blocking the windows. And I honestly didn't know what to put in this corner. And then the bookshelf, I just decided to put that. But like I said, I didn't want a big one, so I'm glad that that one was like the perfect height. And then here in this little corner, I didn't know what to do at first. So I was just like sticking hanging plants and some plants on the floor and stuff. But then later on, you'll see, I remember that I have a cat in this build. And then I decided to put like the little cat thing there. So that ends up changing. And then here, I'm just like cluttering up the little boxes. Oh, here's the cat. This is where I end up. For some reason, when I put the cat statue on the bookshelf, it clicked in my mind, like, oh yeah, I gave this Sim as cat. I have to remember to add stuff for a cat. So I just did. And then here, I'm just cluttering up that thing of cat food that I put under the stairs. I ended up at the end, like in the screenshots, you'll see I shrunk it and I put it like way against these like the the box, these things, that the wall thing, because my Sim couldn't walk up the stairs, and I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, why can't she go up the stairs to get to the bedroom? Like, it's driving me nuts because she wasn't telling me. And then finally, I was trying all different things, and finally on the pop-up, it said the cat food, and I was like, oh. So I just shrunk them and put them against the wall, because it was enough where it wasn't under the stairs anymore, and she can get up. So yeah, those I end up moving because they were causing me an issue. But we're on to the bedroom now. Like I said, I just have a single Sim, so I just did like a nice big like bed, and again it's a high school one because I really like that dresser that came with the high school pack, and that bed covering is just so pretty, like that green and that like, I don't know, I guess they're like mountains, but just like the pattern was just like really pretty, and it just matched with everything. Like I just love how all the furniture, the color swatches match, and that you could have like a uniformed like bedroom, because sometimes in some of the packs, like the colors just don't match with each other, and it drives me nuts because I'm like, well, I can't use the furniture together in the same pack because the color swatches aren't matching. So I love that with the high school pack, they actually made the color swatches match, and like even like the ones that like the colors, if you don't use the same exact colors, you can mix match it a little bit and it still looks uniform. So I just really like how they did that pack. And here again, I'm just doing more of those shelving because I like it on the wall. And I like being able to just put like the closed ones on the top and the open shelves on the bottom, just to add more clutter to the room, because I didn't want to just put a bunch of pictures on this wall and make it just look weird. So I just thought this shelving was really cute, and it just looks like some extra clutter I could stick in there, and it just looks more lived in to me, like The Sims, you know, just like has a ton of stuff. Like they just have a ton of clutter in there. So I just really like those shelving units, and you're probably going to see those a lot more in my builds. But yeah, and then I put a desk in here and a computer, and I just cluttered up the desk. I used the computer from the high school pack too, and the desk and the chair, they're all from that, and that little chair in the corner is from that too. And then a lot of this clutter is from the everyday clutter kit. So like I said, those two packs are very heavily used in this build. So if you don't have those two, like that pack or that kit, like a lot of this stuff isn't going to show up in your game, unfortunately. I just have been gravitating those two, like, just lately. But yeah, here I just did a bunch of little clutter items. I thought they were cute. Like, they're just kind of like little stuffed animals or like little collectibles that maybe your sim went around and collected. So those were cute here. And then I just added some posters, and I added that cat one because I figured like my sim in this game, if your sim is the same, they have a cat. So I just figured they like really like cats. So I just added that. And then here I was going to add this like little paint thing from the, I think that's from the, not the Nifty Knitting. Is it the Nifty Knitting? I can't remember what pack it's from. But then I found the shelf, which again is from the high school pack, and it just fit against this wall between the desk, where it kind of looked like it was like a part of the desk, they looked like they were connected. So I thought that was like perfect. And then I just added like a little speaker to it and a little light, and it just like all seemed very uniform, and it all just went together. So I just did that, and then I just put one of those cute little like those little curtain light things over the bed, and I changed the color to like a teal. I have the Better Build By mod, so that's how I'm doing it in build mode, but I just changed the lighting to that teal, and I just toned it down just to give the room a little bit of a moodier look. And then I used all these little lights from, I think those are from Dream Home Decorator, those little lamps hanging, because I think the colors just went really well with this build. And now we're getting on to the bathroom, which is the last part. Here, you're actually going to see me put, like, here's the shower and the toilet and the sink I do across from the toilet. But because I did that, your sim wasn't able to get to the shower when I play tested it. So in the screenshots, you'll see I moved the sink to the same wall as the toilet. And then I just put the clutter items on the other wall, because then your sim was able to use everything and get to the shower. So here, it's on this wall, but when you see the screenshots, it will be on the same wall that the toilet is, and they'll be next to each other. And, like, everything's still usable. It's just because I couldn't get to the shower that way. But, yeah, I'm just, like, putting a couple more little things in here, like just some rugs. Like, I just add a rug to the bedroom, and then I add one of those little fluffy rugs from the high school pack under the chair. And then here, I was trying to, like, fit a rug to go to the stairs, but I couldn't get one, like, the right size, because I didn't realize it had to be, like, a long runner like this. So then I found one, and I just used the same one from the, like, the high school pack. Like, they just had a long runner. And then I'll just, like, add a picture over the bathroom. But, yeah, we're getting to the end of the build, so if you guys like this, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next build. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings down. You look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I